What's going on, everybody? We got a special episode of the Spectators today. I'm Julian. I'm here with my boy Brooklyn as always. And again, we got our boy Kesh Mula in the building. What's going on, brother?
How you doing, my brother? Everything's good. We locked in right now.
We're locked in. We got
a
great...
Energy's right.
Energy crazy.
The energy's amazing. We got a whole studio with us today. Shout out to my man, Roho, the artist. He's back there. We got all of his art on display. He lent us his place for this, and we made some magic happen just to get my boys on the show. Because this is a good thing. We like having you on, brother. And it's been a little bit over a year since we last had you on.
Right.
And that year has been a pretty big year of growth for yourself. Kind of take us through how you've kind of gone through the year and what you've grown and known and learned and all that.
Throughout that time. Man, first off, it's good to be here. First and foremost, I'm proud of you boys to see where you guys are at right now. I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. We dropped 81305. We did our thing. You feel me? I feel like a lot of people in the city got to really experience me as an artist. You know what I'm saying? When I dropped that album. So, from there, it was about, kind of soaking it in. I just dropped the album. Something I've been in my mind, like, this is what I wanted to do. And I did it. And I did it in a fashionable way. You know what I'm saying? Just to say the least. Shout out to the whole team. But yeah, from there, brother, it's kind of been just like, okay, where am I going now? With the music, first and foremost, you gotta really love it if you're gonna do it. So it's like where am I at right now? And I'm trying to just be true to the music. So I'm going with the flow. I'm learning more about myself and I feel great, where the direction that I'm heading right now with everything. So to answer your question, man, I've learned a lot about myself as a person, as an artist, and I'm happy of how far I've come so far, but there's still a lot to do. Still a lot to do, and right now we're working on a new project, Cartel Business. My homie's executively producing it, Daenerys Tarantino. He's part of this group called Key Cartel. So yeah, we're calling it Cartel Business because he's from Key Cartel and I'm Shitty Business Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's where we at right now, man. I'm learning a lot about myself. I'm ready to grind harder. I'm focused. I'm locked in. And I'm ready to make it happen.
Yes, sir. Ready to make it happen. And part of that is you got something coming up on the way that we've talked about in our private discussions and all that. But right. Making it happen, you got to hustle. Hustlenomics. What's going into that? It's the new project, right? What's going into that?
Yeah, Hustlenomics is my album. And the thing about the album is like, as an artist, you want that to be the best piece of your work that you have so far to your name. People drop EPs, people drop mixtapes, but an album is like the most serious body of work that you can drop. In the process of making Hustlenomics, I dropped my year, did my thing heavily. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ask me, not to be any type of way, but I do feel like when you're talking about the city and you talk about what we did, going out to Cali, putting together the movie that we did out there, there's not a lot of people you can compare to being independent and putting the people in the right position. You know what I'm saying? Doing what we did as a team out there. Shout out Mid Kid, shout out Famous Kid Brick, shout out Shot Down, Young Man Gene, Fido, all my peoples, you know what I'm saying? Like all the SBE. It was a good moment, a great moment. But throughout that, I was kind of like, damn, I don't know where I'm going with the album yet. So throughout that time happening, I linked up with De Niro, and we did 5 songs, easy, cake. Just like that. You know what I'm saying? Little month, and we feeling good. We're feeling good on it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put Hustlenomics aside for a second. And we're going to do Cartel Business. We're going to do Cartel Business. But Hustlenomics is coming. Yeah. It's coming. My year's still on it, you know, so it's still gonna be. It's that's still like, you know, probably one of my like top 3 favorite songs of myself. But it's coming. It's coming. But right now we focus on Cartel Business for sure.
I love that, because being able to be working on something and then say, I'm gonna take a step back and work on something else and knock that out, because you just feel the energy and that's the route that's going to take you.
Right.
And now you mentioned Hustlenomics, that's going to be an album.
Yeah.
So Cartel Business, that's going to be a mixtape.
EP. Yes,
okay.
sir. Yes, sir. 5 songs, EP.
And I know you take a lot from the GOAT, Lil Wayne. So I know you're going to try to get in your bag with that and try to dip into different styles. So tell me a little bit about that. What do you have planned as an artist going into this project?
You know, as a not only as an artist but as a person, you grow every day.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Or at least that's the goal.
You have to.
It's to be better than what you was yesterday. You know, Lil Wayne for me is like, you know, the best to do it. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me, a lot of people have their own opinion, but that's my opinion. You know, and the way that he flows with his words, the beats that he picks, all this stuff that he does is just like makes me feel like, okay, I gotta better myself. I gotta make myself the best artist possible. And with that comes true dedication, you know, focus, determination. You gotta really want it. And to really want it, you gotta do what it takes. You know what I'm saying? So thanks to Wayne and stuff like that, I'm thinking to myself like, okay, I got to go 110%. I got to experiment more with the music, do more sampling. Just and especially getting my Spanish bag. And I'll tell you right now, I'm finna be charting Spanish, you know what I'm saying, reggaeton, rap, same day. That's where we going with it. You know what I'm saying? So really right now I'm focused on my bag. I'm focused on me. You know, my Spanish music, sampling, different producers so that they can bring a different side of me. You know, so that's where I'm at. That's where I'm focused at right now.
Yeah, and you know, you mentioned the reggaeton. We were with you a week or so, a little bit ago, right?
Right.
And while we were with you, we were just getting some stuff done. Mm-hmm. You were on the phone with your family.
Right.
And the whole conversation's in Spanish. And, you know, we've known each other a long time, but I was like, man, he really just talked to his family in Spanish. Like, that's something that I could really see you going into. You have any particular, like, influences in that kind of realm?
First and foremost, you know, the Spanish music has been a big part of my life since a young kid. You know, I'm Colombian, Medellin. Shout out to all my parceros, my parceritas. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm coming. You know, I'm from a pueblo called Envigado. You know, so yeah, I definitely have a lot of influences in the Spanish game. You know, I would. It's a good question you asked that. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? I gotta really think about it. And be like, who Arcángel is a big one for me, huge. He's legendary. You know, Wisin and Yandel, they come as like one because they two. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, shout out to their independent career as well. I would say I would have to put Bad Bunny in there as well, just because off the muscle of what he's been able to accomplish as a Spanish artist. You know, everything that he's doing is wild to me. You know, coming out as a new artist, so I really respect that. Bad Bunny, like I said, Arcángel, Wisin, Yandel. I would say I would go with those right now of who I definitely feel like has influenced me in the Spanish game.
And to go off that real quick, you mentioned Winston and Yandel. You know there's a deadly trio when you get them two and Daddy Yankee in the room.
Oh, definitely. That's OG stuff right there.
Right?
That's OG stuff. Shout out Daddy Yankee. You know, I feel like I would put him in that top 5 just because of what he's done for the game. You know, so yeah, shout out Daddy Yankee. He's OG. I would love to do a song with him.
Right?
One day. Yeah, most definitely.
You'll get in the bag and
we're gonna get there.
Yeah,
we're gonna get there. It ain't nothing but a G thing. You know
exactly.
And you mentioned Bad Bunny. He's on tour right now.
Yeah.
You haven't been able to really perform too much with everything that's been going on.
Right.
Earlier in the year, or I think at the end of last year, you got a chance to perform,
Yeah.
get out there on stage, lights hitting you,
Yeah.
all that, feel the energy of the crowd.
Yeah.
Are you excited? Well, of course you're excited, but do you have any plans of getting like any type of tour for yourself going on?
Yeah. You know, Brooklyn, that's a good question, dog. I'm gonna tell you what it is that it's about getting my head right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And putting the pieces together.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So that's the plan. That's the game plan. And you know, you have reality, and you have what you're trying to do with yourself. You know, so it's like, as an artist, I'm learning about myself every day, and that's the game plan. I'm gonna get myself right. You know, I'm learning how to perfect the videos. I'm learning how to perfect the songs. How to do the albums, you know, and all this stuff, you know. So it's like, I'm glad you asked that question, because touring is definitely something that I want to do this year, you know. And all praise to the Most High. I get there and I do that, you know what I'm saying, because that's the goal.
I love it. And you say working on music videos. It's not the fact that you're just out there performing, you the star of it. You like to be behind the camera too.
Almost definitely.
You like to be behind the camera. So
That's
how did that
definitely.
start, and what do you enjoy about directing, co-directing, producing? What do you like about that?
I definitely like being behind the camera, man, because I just feel like that's where I was born to be. You know what I'm saying? The way that I talk, the way I interact with people, the way I put people together, just the way I do my thing. You know what I'm saying? It was meant to be the way it was meant to be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep being me. If you've known me since a young cat, you know me. I've been the same way. I'm just evolution. I'm just getting better every day, and, you know, learning about myself. But I've always been this way. So I love being behind the camera, because it's like, not only am I in it to spread a good message, and to give love to the world and opportunity. I feel like that's so much needed, especially today's time. You know, I just want to be that. I want to be a sign of hope. That you can do anything you want. You know, I know it sounds cliche, but you can do anything you put your mind to.
That's right, so.
You know what I'm saying? So definitely love being behind the camera, and I definitely love, you know, I'm glad you brought it up. Co-directing is something new that I've added to my criteria, to my portfolio. I'm in there doing my thing, bro, because I have an eye for certain things. You know, this is just what I love. You know, I'm out here doing videos with Shotdown, my boy. You know what I'm saying? We're doing videos, and I'm co-directing. And the beauty of it is that he can focus on getting the perfect angle, and I can focus on making sure that the artist is doing what he needs to be doing, looking the right way, 45-degree angle, sad, mad, happy. These are all things, details that make the picture look great. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm in it not only for the recognition, but I'm in it for the art. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm in it for it to be known for my art. I want to test myself and see, like, when I put my mind to it, are people gonna like this? Because I think it's great. I think I keep working. I know I'm gonna be a legend one day, but it's like, when you put your work out there, you see, okay, are people respecting it? Are they liking it? And they are. So it's like, okay, we didn't go to school for this. This is off the muscle.
Off the muscle.
You feel what I'm saying? This is off the muscle, baby. We ain't go to school for this. Off the muscle. So that's what we're doing, bro. That's what it is.
Absolutely. And going to one more passion of yours, which, shout out if you haven't seen it already. We got a Spectators Unplugged, our second one ever. We got to take a look behind the camera to you in the boxing ring, pretty much, and you were getting a little training session in. We
could put that link in there.
Yeah. Check down below. There'll be a link in the bio.
You know what I'm saying?
And check that out, because we were able to go to your training, get a good session in, and just kind of see what that was like. And that was a session that, by the end of it, you were pretty gassed. And it was really cool to be there. I mean, we were just kind of there chilling, getting some footage of it. But
that was dope. That was dope. Yeah, for sure.
Being in the boxing ring, like, I know you're just training them, but how has that kind of been a nice outlet for you outside of, all the art?
Well, the boxing has become a big thing of my life now. Just because it's like, not only can I say that the music has saved my life and has given me such a purpose of being alive every day and making sure that I hustle every day. Boxing has given me like a profound feeling that music has given me, where it's like I can get better every day. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't think you can get better every day, you're lying to yourself.
That's facts.
Don't lie to yourself. Don't play yourself. Don't cheat yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm in this thing to be the best me possible. That's what boxing has given me. Is like, okay, cool. I'm doing my music. I'm working out the mental. I'm stimulating myself by going for my dreams. But you know what? I need to be stimulating my muscle, getting the blood flowing, and feeling good about myself, to be like, okay, cool. Like, I'm hitting every aspect of life that I need to be hitting to feel good. You feel me? So, boxing is definitely a huge thing, part of my life, man. I love boxing. Do it four times a week. If I'm not boxing, I'm working out, making music, making money, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it.
Yeah, and again, guys, if you haven't checked that out, it's a really cool. It's not a crazy long video. It's just a little sneak peek into what it is. Training with Kesh Mula. And
yeah.
I do have something for you.
Shout out Mayweather, Kurt, Jorge, my homies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and they're great over there too. So definitely love over there. I do have a little game I want to play with you real quick. All right.
Okay, most definitely.
And I'm gonna
that.
call this 3 from the line. You take a step back, you shoot a 3, you get hit in the hand. You're going to the line, right? You got to shoot them, pressure shots, kind of quick, right?
Okay.
Off the top, I need you to answer 3 questions for me. Sound good?
I like that.
All right.
Go ahead.
So,
I'll do my best.
right. In terms of lyrics, who's an artist that you will emulate yourself the most after?
Lyrics.
You
got Eminem.
Okay.
You got Lil Wayne. You got Kendrick Lamar.
Okay. Okay. You don't have to answer with 3. These are just 3 questions, but I like that.
Yeah, no, we do this all day, baby.
In terms of production, who's a producer that you see out in the mainstream that you're like, man, that guy does it?
Weezy. He's from Young Thug's camp. You ever heard of Weezy Out of Here? That's what I'm talking about. Metro Boomin. If you're on Metro, don't trust it. You know what I'm saying? You got Metro. And then from there, I would go, man, who would I give the third one to? I would say, let me give me a second. I would probably go for London on the Track. Because I like him a lot too.
He works with everybody too.
You do.
Definitely. And it's crazy because they've all really came from making music with Young Thug.
Yeah.
Young Thug really put a lot of people on. That's a whole different discussion.
That's a whole different discussion.
For sure.
And
I would go with those 3.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay. Last one for me too. Our origins are as a sports podcast, right? Mm-hmm. So we gotta link it back to that. Who is an athlete that makes you want to get better every day?
Man. I've always tried to get into sports, and I want to get more into sports, just so I can have more variety of answer to say, because I feel like it's always like LeBron James or like Messi, whatever. Even though they're great people to look up to, but I would say I would probably say it's somebody like, man. I want to say LeBron James, just because he's always doing something great for the community. From what I see, he's doing for the kids and all that stuff. So it's like, and he's up there, You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely say somebody LeBron that I would definitely put up there on that scale.
Yeah. Crazy thing with LeBron too. I mean, he's doing all that stuff in his communities. He's also we put this out earlier this week. He's the first ever player. 10,000 points, assists, and rebounds. So not only is he doing all that,
that's another thing to look up to him,
right?
You know what I mean? The dude is he might not be human.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced.
You know what I mean? He might not be him. That man. I don't know how he does what he's doing. He's about to get. He just got second. He just hit the second
points.
What does Shaq say? He said on another podcast. He said, if he hits number 1, you can't deny his number 1 spot. But I think the thing about when you talk about Michael Jordan and stuff like that, it's about like the swagger.
Yeah.
It's about the sauce. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have all that, you can have all that, but like, there was something about Michael Jordan that like everybody wanted a piece of. You know, it's like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I would even put XXXTentacion in that.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it if you outside looking in, people all over the world were when he died, all over the world were doing the like they're having a funeral for him. Yeah. All over the world. And he was a young cat. Imagine if he would have had the ability to gain a fan base like Michael Jackson or something like that. You know, so it's like RPX, that's somebody I've definitely have questioned. I know this is a side note, but that's definitely somebody I've questioned myself. I'm like, man, what did he do to create such a crazy following? You know what I mean? Because as an artist, that's what you dream about.
From what I get, people just felt him.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. He was very out there with his feelings.
Yeah,
you know, and I feel like it's so hard for me to be vulnerable like that. But you know, I'm figuring it out. I'm figuring it out.
Yeah, that's the name of the game.
Most definitely.
Little segue into this. It's nice for you to come here, show yourself, present yourself, bring it to the world, right?
Yeah.
You're a dope artist, represented Tampa.
Most definitely.
And all that, trying to grow.
Yeah.
But that's not all it's about. It's about putting other people on too. Being able to put that spotlight on other people who are grinding, who might not be able to be in the room and have a conversation with.
Right.
So that's one thing we like to do, is just take a little look into your mind about up and coming artists on the rise.
Yeah, definitely. Man, to be like 100,000% honest with you, like, I'm so locked in with what I got going on right now. Mm-hmm. You know, that I'm just trying to perfect my sound. Mm-hmm. But if I had to say, I would say shout out Trap Ree. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother, up and coming artist for sure. Shout out Mike the Don. He's a producer, great producer. You know, and he's done a lot of work on my album. Shout out Lido Beats as well. You know, I tell him he's the next Mike Dean. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. He the next Mike Dean type thing. You know what I'm saying? 3 right there. Who else would I say? Rich Lex. That's my boy. You know, I think he's got great music. Shout out Rich Lex. That's my boy. You know what I'm saying? Famous Kid Brick too. That's my brother. You know, but yeah, even though, you know, Brick's already doing his thing, but I would definitely shout him out for sure. But yeah, you know, Rich Legs, Lido, Mike the Don. Who did I say first? Mike the Don. Yeah, they're here. They'll know. I'll keep it there for sure. That's who I would say I'm rocking with for sure.
Love it.
Absolutely. And then one more thing before we get out of here. You know, this is our second time having you on, and it's always a pleasure getting together and doing all this. It's nice to be in person.
Shout out Rojo the artist.
Right?
Shout out Rojo, man.
If you could look into that, we got a camera right over there for you. Take a look into that camera, and whether it's a year or whenever we do another one of these, give yourself a message to future self.
Yeah. I would say, you know, don't forget about, you know, why you're here, why you started this whole thing. You feel me? Just keep doing you, keep being you, and I know we're gonna get to where we need to get to. That's 100,000%. Shout out to the family. Shout out to my brothers. You know, this game is about love and making the world a better place, and that's what we finna do. Amen to that.
Thank you guys for watching. Kesh, thank you for having us.
Most definitely.
Everybody that was part of making this happen, we appreciate all you guys. And this was
say, you know, shout out Make Kid, shout out Shot Down, the whole crew at Spectators. Shout out Rojo for helping us, you know, by giving us his lovely spot and his lovely art. You know what I'm saying? Definitely check them out. Check out Ro, the artist, on Instagram, Twitter. Most definitely, if you haven't, young legend on the way. You got a lot of young legends in this room, you know, from every word that I've named from the beginning to now. But definitely, you know, every follow the Spectators, follow Mid Kid, follow Shot Down, follow me, Kesh Mula. You feel me? And yeah, thank you guys for watching on the other episode of the most lavish and young.
Later, everybody.
Peace.
Icy.